Hello, good evening. Okay, we're just going to wait a couple of minutes for the rest of your classmates to join, and then we're going to start. Okay, good evening, everybody. We're going to get started. I hope that you're doing well, and we're going to continue today with the speak about the photo. Not so much into what theory is, but into more practice, some samples, and how to make it in the easiest way, but also something that can help us at the moment of taking the exam. So yesterday we were working on this. Let me share it with you. Okay, so we did this part all related about what to put in each part, in each section. Okay, so first we said that what we're going to say, we're going to state we're going to give or set a general statement. That was the first thing that we're going to do after looking at the picture. The second part is to describe the actions that people are doing or describe the objects we have, because not every picture is going to be with people. So we might have also just objects. So we also need to be able to describe the objects. Describe the location. Where is it? Where is this? What is around, and so on. And the fourth part is speculate, give some inference, be creative. What might have been happening in this picture? So for this one, I found something easier for us to understand. And let me share that with you. Okay, give me just a second until I find it. Okay. Okay, and please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes.
Thank you. So we have these 4 steps. These are the same 4 steps that we did yesterday, but I found it this way easier than the other one. So this is the structure we follow. First is the introduction. So we have the picture, and we're going to introduce By the way, this one is also going to help you when we are getting to write about the photo, because inside the format of the exam, we have this section we're going to write, and we also write about a photo. Not only is speaking about the photo, describing the picture, describing the photo, but also we're going to write about it. Different photos, yes, but still we follow the same structure. So we give like an introduction. This is the statement, a general overview about this picture. We can use things like in this picture, I can see, and then we say what we see in this picture. Then we have these main details. First, what is happening in the picture? If I don't know if is it windy or not. I mean, what is happening? What is going on in the picture? Two, who is there? Is there a person? Is there a dog? Is there a tree? Is there a building? So we need to know what we are describing. So, and the last, what objects do we see? What are the objects that we can see around? Okay, houses, trees, cars, buildings. So these things. This is the second part. The third part is giving details about the background. Okay, so here we're going to describe the place in general, the place, the weather, colors, time, the setting. So yeah, all these little details, we can see it on the picture. And the last is the inference. What you think? I think this picture was taken early in the morning, for example, or maybe this couple is going on a date. Another example. So basically, you can follow these four steps as your structure. These are the same steps we learned yesterday, but here I just put it in an easier way. So first, your introduction, general statement. Two, you come with the main details. What is happening, who is there or what is there, and what objects we see. Third, the background details. What is around, the weather, the time, everything. And four, your inference. What do you think is happening? Basically that. And some sentences that we can use to support this or to go through all these four steps are, in this picture, I can see this helps you with the introduction. Same with there is, there are. Okay, you can use these two for your introduction to give your statement. You can say, there is a tree in the middle of the landscape, for example. Okay, the person is, when you're describing the person, when you are here, who is there? There is a person. What is the person doing? The person is standing in the middle of the park. I think you use it for your inference to say what you're thinking or what you think is going to happen. Maybe they are same for the inference. So basically, you can use these these words, these phrases to help you start with every single step you have here. And to make it even easier, we have here a structure, a formula. I like formulas. That is, first you see, then you describe, then you add details, and then you think. Okay, so you see the picture, you describe what you see in the picture, you add details to your description, and then you think. I mean, the thinking is your inference. Okay, so don't forget, something important is that you are describing this picture for a person, quoting, for a person that is not able to see. So if you were describing it for a person that is not able to see, so it means that you need to be very detailed and very descriptive. Try to use your senses, what you see, what you can touch, what you can smell. Of course, you cannot do that exactly from a picture, but you can imagine. Okay, so for example, if I set a picture that I don't know, it's in a cold weather. How is it going to feel? chilly, cold. So depending on what you see in the picture, you can also come with your inferences. And I have an easy example here. Where's my sample? Here. So this is the picture I have. Okay. So in general, we can say it's a picture, it's a sunset near the ocean probably, and a person taking a picture, right? This is like a general description, what we're seeing, what you can come up during the 20 seconds that you're going to be given. So don't forget, we get to this part, you are shown the picture, you have 20 seconds to look at the picture, and then you have 30 to 90 seconds to answer or to give your description orally. So this is the sample I have. In this picture, I can see a person standing near the ocean during sunset, and we can see that. It's the sunset, and there's a person standing near the ocean. The sky is full of warm colors like orange, pink, and yellow, and the sun is close to the horizon. The person is holding a smartphone and taking a photo of the beautiful view. So this is the general statement that we're given here. In the foreground, so don't forget, we can also describe what is in front, foreground, what is in the middle, and what is on the background. So in the foreground, part of the person's hair and hand are visible. So you can see this is the foreground, and you can see part of the person, her hand, and the phone. Okay. And they are wearing a long sleeve sweater. So I hope you remember we use they when we don't know if the person is a man or a woman, a he or a she. So we just use they as a neutral pronoun. They are wearing a long sleeve sweater. We can clearly see that here on the picture. The phone screen also shows the same sunset, which looks very bright and colorful. So we're describing already this part. We are still on the foreground. In the background, now we're moving here. There is the sea with small waves and some rocks near the shore. And that's what we can see. So this is the sea, very slight waves, and this is the shore. These are some rocks. And the last part, the thinking. I think the person is enjoying a peaceful moment and wants to capture the beauty of nature. So, as I told you, for this part, for the inference, we can get creative because it is not something exactly that we can see from the picture, but we can create it. The atmosphere feels calm and relaxing, and it might be evening time. So, yeah, if it's at sunset, it's going to be evening. So yeah, basically that's the sample I have. And the easiest way that we can do it. I don't know if you have any questions so far. Okay, no questions or comments. Okay, so let's get into the practice here. Here I have this picture and you can all see it. I'm going to give you 20 seconds and then I want you to tell me what you see in this picture. So we start now. You have 20 seconds to see the picture and then I'll tell you speak for you to speak. Oh, well, I'm going to choose. We're going to do mini money mode to choose. Okay, time's up. You can still see the picture while describing. And first, any volunteer? No volunteers? Okay, then let's go find some volunteers that I can choose. Let's begin with, what's the first one here? Adriana.
Hi.
Hello.
No, I will have 90 seconds or
Yes, you have 90 seconds. And you start now.
okay. In the photo, I can see a group of teenagers. It looks like they are around 19 or 20, maybe. Um, they are in front of a bonfire. I can see that they are just staring at this bonfire, and at the in the background there are a lot of trees, and I can see that is almost night. So if I have to guess, it will be sunset probably. Um, yeah, the group seems to be having fun and just enjoying themselves.
Very good. So you still had 30 seconds, which is fine, no problem. Now, little correction. Oh, my typo here. I'm terrible with my typos. Um, we don't, are they in front of the campfire or are they around the campfire?
Around.
Around. So if it would have been in front, it would be here, the campfire, and they here. But it is not that way. So they are around the campfire. Good. So, what else can you say? I think you did it fine, but are they, what is the kind of clothes they're wearing? Do you think it's cold or it's not cold?
It's cold.
Okay, but what about these two guys? They're not using any kind of sweater or jacket.
That's true.
So maybe it's not that cold. Okay, so that's an inference that we can make. Maybe it's not that cold because a couple of them are not using heavy jackets. That we can also describe the trees around, we can describe the tents. So for every single of us, the description is going to be different because we perceive things in a different way. What I see is going to be different of what Adriana saw. Same picture, but we're going to have a different description. But so far, I would say that you did a great job, Adriana. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
you're welcome. Here we have the sample. This is a more detailed sample, and we're going to read it. It says, here in this photo, another way to start. I can see a group of friends, around 7 or 8 people in total, who are sat around a campfire in a forest at night. So yeah, we can see that it's tonight. It is dark and the light of the fire is illuminating the group. We can see that. Yes. It is dark around and the campfire, the light of the fire is illuminating them. They don't seem to be too cold as some are wearing t-shirts. So I think this photo was probably taken in summer. They are having a relaxing evening by the fire and chatting with each other. You can see a couple of tents in the background where they're probably going to sleep. So you can see this last is the inference. We have the tents, but we're just inferring, creating, imagining that they're going to sleep there. Good. In my opinion, it doesn't seem like they really are talking, but well, it looks like they're just staring at the campfire, but good. It doesn't matter. All right, so let's do it again, and we're going to have as well 20 seconds to look at this picture, starting now. Time's up, and this time I'm going to choose Aurora. And you start now.
Okay, teacher. So basically, this photo depicts a large size. I think the names are static globe. That is like maybe like in the middle of the picture. So also, for example, what stands out the most for me in this picture is like the colorful that the globe is. Basically, it is composed by blue and also red, and also have like a big like letters that say happy birthday. Also, I can see some people like who are trying to use um, that that vehicle, I will say. And also, for example, in the background I can see that are allocated in like an amazing and natural landscape with green valleys and some dense forests. So I will say that, for example, those people might have been spending a really good time maybe on vacations, or also trying to transport, and also, for example, look at the different horizons and maybe like the beautiful landscape that is located in this context. So yeah, that's
Yeah, that was very good. Okay, this is not a globe, but we don't say globe. This is the hot air balloon. Okay, hot air
okay,
balloon.
teacher.
And letters, yes, this individually they are letters, but this is already words. Okay, because if you say many letters, it might sound more like letters like cartas instead of a letter, like this kind of letters. So words. You can see some words that say happy birthday. I like that you used that. So good. In general, I would say that your description was good. I liked it, and you were also very detailed at the moment of describing because you described this, the background, the foreground, and also the people who is here. So let's go with what we have here, the sample. Let's read it. So all these samples are going to help us to have ideas, different ideas on how we can describe. This photo is of a hot air balloon with happy birthday written in big bold letters on it. The balloon is blue, red, and white, and it is in a really beautiful green field with some trees on the right hand side. There is a group of people in the basket and getting ready for a lift off, the part. Uh, Three men are standing on the grass next to the balloon, and it looks like they're cheering the people in the basket. In the background, there are few really old fashioned wooden houses on the hill. Based on the landscape and the style of the houses, I think that this photo was taken in Europe. So, different ways to say it. Okay. Again, every one of us is going to have a different perspective of the picture because that's the way it is. We as people see things in different ways. Okay. Let's go to one more. You have 20 seconds to see it and be ready because I can call any of you. Time's up, and now we're going to choose Juan Carlos. Okay, are you
No?
ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, good. So you start now.
Okay, perfect. The picture show us a group of friends having a good time, a concert, maybe a rock concert because of the vibe of the picture. The picture is not clear, to be honest, but I can see a group of people in front of the scenario too. And to the left of the scenario, another group of people and many singers behind, and at the background too. There are some lights, even though the lights are not enough to clear, the photo. I think the photo was taken in maybe in the building where performed these kind of things. And what else? And they are having a good time because they are moving. You know, the body language of the people is crazy, is happy. What else? Well, I think I'm gonna see. Maybe the concert. The concert is at night. Maybe, probably, because this type of event occurs in this kind of schedules. And I think is all what I can describe these pictures.
Very good. You were also in the correct timing. Good. You started perfectly, and little by little, little by little, you started doubting. Like, okay, I don't know what else to say. So don't forget you have from 30 seconds to
Agree.
90 seconds. So you don't have to finish the 90 seconds. If you see that like your time is running, of course, I'm not showing you the time right now, but if you see that the time is running off, you can say, okay, I'm going to stop here, but try
Okay.
not to be cut off, okay?
Okay.
And I like that you use your inference. Like it seems like they're having fun because of the movement of their bodies, the body language expression. So I like that you use that. It was a really good description using that part.
Thanks.
You also use the lights. Yes, very good. I also like that you had the inference on it. It looks like a rock concert because it gives you that vibe. I like that you use that. It gives you that vibe. So that's something very natural. So for your first description, I would say that you also did it great.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And let me see the time. Okay, we still have a lot of time. Here we have it. We're going to read it just to have it as sample. In this photo, a woman is backstage at a rock concert. She's watching the band play from the side rather than from the front like the rest of the crowd. She has her two arms in the air and looks to be dancing. It also looks like she's alone since there aren't many people around her. The band is in the background of this photograph, and it looks like there are 5 or 6 members all playing different instruments. I can see a few of them playing guitar and one on the keyboard. It must be a great concert. So, yeah, again, different ways to describe it. We can concentrate on different things as well. So, in this case, for this sample, the person has concentrated on the girl, like having the girl as the main part to describe the rest. That's fine. So we can do it in
Excuse me,
different
Sarah.
ways.
For
Yes.
example, I don't think that is backstage. Now that I read, I say, oh, okay, was backstage, and we can say like a woman is in forefront or.
So if you see this picture is not really the front, because if you see the front, you can see the group, the members of the group, their faces. I mean, you can see their faces. But here you're seeing one side of them, not the front.
Okay, but if I want to refer to the picture, in the picture we saw in the middle a girl with
Oh yeah. Yes, you
I
can
don't
say
know.
on the foreground. Yes, you can
Yes.
say the foreground is what is in front of you, and the
Yes.
background. So yes, you can use it in
Okay.
that way. Yes, no problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, another picture. 20 seconds to see it, starting now. Every time you're seeing a picture and I'm showing it to you, and the others are describing as well, try to describe it yourself as well. Time's up. I know, 20 seconds, it's not enough. And we're going to choose, is there any volunteer before I choose someone? I love when people don't volunteer so I can choose. Okay, let's go with Vanessa.
The picture
Okay.
shows two people who are playing maybe a game. We can see a money in the table. There is a bottle of water or some beer. Behind we can see a wood, wall of wood, maybe. They are wearing one of them are wearing a sweater, and the other one is they are wearing maybe a shirt. We can see the people. One of them it's use strong things, and the other one is more relaxed. Yeah.
Okay, good. Still, your timing was fine. Something that I need to correct here is that you said we can see money in the table. Wrong use of the preposition of place. This one. In is when you're mentioning things that are inside something. Okay, like I don't know, the water is in the water bottle. I'm in the room because I'm inside the room. My food is in the fridge. The dog or the cat is in the box. So when it's something inside of another thing. So when you have it, things like here, money, even their arms, the bottle, it is on, okay, because it's on the surface of something. So we use on. The money on the table. My computer is on the table. So it is impossible that the money is in the table, because otherwise it would be in between the layers of the wood, which is not possible. Well, it could be possible, but I don't know. That doesn't work simply. Okay, so don't forget that. Use the correct prepositions here. Good. Now, in general, it was fine, your description. However, what are the things that we can see here first? Yes, we have two men. And what they're doing? Are they just saying hello? No, this is something that we do a lot. What is this?
Arm
I don't know how do you say that in English, Sarah.
Okay.
But I think that maybe they are bet. Yes, because
they are betting.
Yes,
Yes, they are
yes,
betting. That's why we have here money on the table.
yes.
Okay,
Is
who
that
wins?
arm wrestling?
Yes, it is the arm wrestling. So who wins?
Okay.
So this picture shows two men betting on who is the strongest. You can see some money on the table. And I don't know, we can continue, right? Yeah, I know it's hard to come up with all the ideas right in a moment, but the first thing that you can immediately see, at least from this picture, is that these two men are betting and seeing who is the strongest, apparently. So that was the most important for your description, Vanessa. You concentrated on what they are wearing. I honestly don't think it's going to be necessary for this picture. For other pictures could be, but not specifically for this one. Okay, so yeah, you can see that they're betting. They have probably some alcohol here that you can see. I don't know. Yeah, the money. Who do you think is winning? I don't know. So those kind of things are the things, at least from this picture, that you need to describe. Okay, still you can practice. One of the things I would tell you that can help you at the moment of practicing is that whatever you see right now, today, tomorrow, when you're going to work or when you're going to your classes, describe it in your mind. Describe every single thing that you see around you, but do it in English, of course. Okay, so that is going to be a good way for you to practice because you're going to see things, not only people, you can see objects and you can describe that as well. Because as I told you, the pictures are not just going to show people. You can have objects, you can have buildings, you can have cars, you can have a street. So try to describe everything that is around you. It's going to help you a lot. Okay, and the sample here we have. This photo shows two men about to begin an arm wrestling match. Although you cannot see most of their faces, you can tell that the man on the left is most determined since he is pressing his lips together hard. And yes, that's true, we can see that. Okay, like he's pressing hard. This seems to be a group of friends having a party and playing some games. And does it really look like? We don't know, but this is the inference, what the person is guessing. That's why the person is using this seems to be. Their friends have upped the stakes by making bets on who they think will be victorious. There's a surprisingly large amount of money on the table for the bet. I guess that the man on the left will win because, as I mentioned before, he looks more determined and serious. So this last part is also an inference what the person thinks about this picture. Okay. Any questions so far? No? Good. Okay, let's do one more and then we're going into the web page to do it. Okay, you have your 20 seconds now. Time's up, and we're going to choose Johan. Are you there, Johan? Okay, so let's choose Maria.
Okay.
Thank
In
you.
this picture, I can see a plane. I think the plane arrived in this area. On the background, I see many cars. There are two men in that place. They are working in the plane. Maybe they are getting the luggage. And I see that this plane is biggest. And this area is green, and I think the weather is hot.
Okay. Now, a little correction. Biggest you use when it's the superlative, like the biggest. There is no other bigger than this one. So you can say this one is big and it's also large, you know? Now, where can you find these kind of things? An airplane, this connection trail, the trucks, the embarking of the luggage. Where can you see this?
In an airport.
In an airport, right? You see this in an airport. So that's when you can start saying, I can see an airplane. Yes, that was fine. But you can also say that this is at an airport because that's the place where all these things happen. Okay. So these are not really cars because a car is smaller. And
Yes, I
these
don't
are
know what is that
trucks.
in English. Trucks? Okay.
Truck, yes, truck.
Thank you.
And you can say that this is before the departure. and things like that. So in general, it was fine. Maybe you still need work on your vocabulary specifically when you're describing, but still you try to use what you know, which is good.
Okay,
All
thank
right,
you.
good. I also mentioned the weather, and it was fine. So your inference could be like, since the weather is fine and it's sunny, I don't think the people or the airplane is going to be delayed because the weather is fine. Okay, just as an inference. Good. Let's go to the web page so we can practice there. Okay, sorry, I just lost my page. Okay. Great. So here you have 20 seconds to see the picture. And you can see the timer here. Okay, so now I'm going to choose Montserrat to describe this picture.
Okay, I saw in this picture a beach. I think that is a beach because we can see in the background um the ocean, maybe, and in the background we can see many trees, and in the middle of the photo I see a bird, and the weather is very sunny, and maybe is a vacation place.
Very good. So good. Little corrections before giving more. You said I saw. So we don't really want to say I saw because that's in the past tense.
Yes, yes.
You see. Okay, so I see. Okay, so there's a vacation place. It works, but better to say vacational destination.
Mhm.
Okay, so yes, you talk about the beach, the ocean, the bird, and then you stop with the bird. I was waiting for what is the bird doing?
Yes, I am thinking about that, Sarah, because I don't know what kind uh, of bird it is, but
That's fine if you don't know what kind of bird is, but you can say,
but maybe I need to describe.
yes, you can describe the bird, but at
Yes,
the
yes,
same
yes.
time, you can use your inference. Like it looks like the bird stopped for and posed for the picture.
Yes, okay.
It
It can
works. It
be,
works.
yes, very
Yeah.
creative thing, but okay. And I am thinking about how can I say that the beer is like in I don't know, how do you say it? El puente? I don't know because
A
I
bridge.
am.
Okay, that is the shore. The shore.
Yes,
This
I
one is
want.
called the shore. Yes.
Okay. I am thinking about what is the word? What is the correct word for describe this?
To
Okay.
describe that. Okay, don't worry.
Yes.
But let's listen to the sample so we can have an
Mhm.
idea of how the person did it.
Mhm.
With a bird, I think maybe a heron, standing on what it seems to be a wooden pier. The bird has a mix of gray and white feathers and is standing on one of its legs. It's gazing into the distance. In the background of the photo, you can see many palm trees, kind of like lining the beach. You can also see the water is it's clear. It's light blue. You can see the bottom um, of the ocean. So the sky is very bright with scattered clouds. So I would say the setting of this image is very tranquil. It's very picturesque. So to me, it really looks like a tropical paradise, ideal for a vacation, for relaxation.
Okay, so we can, according to the sample, we can hear some things like tropical beach. That was nice, you know. Oh, a place for relaxation. That was something good. So again, as I told you, something that can help you is constantly be describing whatever is around you. That is going to help you massively. Right. So let's go with another one. And I'm already going to choose someone to do it. Still, the rest of you have to do it as well in your mind. And okay. Andres, you're going to be the next. You can start, Andres.
Okay, in this photo, I can see three people. It looks like they are family. They are cycling. They are charging with backpacks, and I can see uh, a tree and some leaves in the ground. So I can think that is autumn.
Okay. So your description was good. Short, but it was concise. I mean, it had everything that you can use it. Leaves on the ground. Okay, that's the main correction. So don't forget, we use in to specify something that is inside another thing. Okay, and leaves are not in the ground, are on the ground. Okay, I like that you use that they look like a family. That's nice because you're already using your inference and it works. And I also like that you use because of the leaves on the ground, it looks like it's autumn. That was really good. Okay, let's listen to the sample.
So, this particular photo depicts a group of three individuals biking. So this is possibly a family or maybe a group of friends. They're riding along a narrow path, and it's set somewhere in nature, maybe a forest or a park. In the foreground of the picture, there is a person on a bike who's wearing a gray shirt and shorts, and it has a red and black backpack. There are two more people, and they're visible in the background. They're also wearing helmets and carrying backpacks. So the group is kind of moving away from the camera. They're riding into the woods, and there is a lot of greenery, many fallen leaves on the ground. So the overall atmosphere is very enjoyable and light.
Okay, so that's the sample we had. And actually, Andres, you got it pretty close. This person just got to describe more about the people and what they're wearing and so on. But I think that you got it pretty close, which is fine. Okay, so we're going to stop here with the speaking about the photo and practice. You need to practice this by your own at home. And right now we're going to move on this section. Let me find it, please. I don't see my sample speaking. Because beside this, don't forget we have the sample speaking, and that's something that I want us to work on. The sample speaking, even though we did some of it yesterday as well. Oh, here, this is the sample speaking. So yesterday we were working on this as well, like the different grammar that we can use at the moment of speaking and answering the questions. So this is the sample speaking. You know, you're going to be given a specific statement, a prompt, and you need to answer between 3 to 4 questions telling about that experience of yours. So here, for example, says, describe a book you read at school. And you need to answer these questions. Also, you are going to be given those questions. What was the title? What was it about? What did you learn from it? So all this that we did yesterday also helps you at the moment of describing the sample speaking. So good. So for example, I want to say, what is a book I read at school? There are so many books I read at school. I don't remember right now. That was a long time ago. But we can think on a book. I can say, let's use the latest I read. The Midnight Library. Okay, that's the title of the book. What was it about? So I need to give a plot of what was the book about. What did you learn from it? What did I learn from that? That life is beautiful, and despite the different bad things that can happen to us, it is worth to live a good life. Okay, we can say things like that. So that is a sample. So here we said that how we can answer this is exactly answering each question. So here I have three questions, and I need to get to answer these questions. So what was the title? And don't forget, tell all these, answer these, have this sample speaking as if you were telling it to a friend. Okay, you can say, I read a book. The title was The Midnight Library. This book was about a girl who got into depression and she decided to end up with her life. And then we can continue with the plot of the story. I learned from this book that it doesn't matter how many lives you want to get, there is only one life, and it is worth to live it. So answer each question. Then you can expand your answers. Okay, you have enough time. I don't remember exactly how much time do you have. I think it's 3 minutes, but yeah, you have enough time to answer, so you can expand your answers, not just a very concise and short, because that could affect also your scoring. You can provide your opinion, reason, and examples. So I can say it was about this, this, and this. I learned this, and you can give your opinion because it helped me realize that I wasn't being grateful with my own life. Example. Reasons and different examples as well. And we can use the PPF method to expand our answers. What is the PPF method? It is past, present, and future. Okay, and we can use transitions to answer as well smoothly. So before getting into the PPF, this is the way we can begin answering our questions. First, the one I like to talk about, the book I would like to talk about, the experience I'd like to talk about, the trip I'd like to talk about. So because you're going to be given a different prompt, in this case, it's about a book, but you're going to be given a different one. You can say the one I like to talk about, or directly the story I want to talk about, or the experience I want to talk about, the teacher I want to talk about, and you continue. My favorite book was Left Behind, because it talks about the end of the world. just giving examples. I'd like to talk about an experience I had when I was in high school. And you continue. Personally, I'd have to say this is when you're giving your opinion. Personally, I'd have to say that this book was impressive. And you also explain why it was impressive, or if you didn't like it, you explain why. The one could be a thing or person as well. Who that stands out is like what who is the in the case of a book, who is the main character? The person who stands out is I don't know. You give the name of that character. I'm going to talk you about I'm going to talk to you about the time my sister decided to go to France. So there are different ways we can start this. Yes, Monse?
Yes, this part if doesn't this part it doesn't have a score, yes?
Yeah, this one
Okay.
doesn't have score, but still we can get, and you can start practicing. Actually, you come here to this web page. I already shared this with you, so please you can use it. You go to the speaking section, and here you have the speaking sample. So you get into it, and you're going to have exactly this. As you can see, you have 3 minutes to speak. You are given the prompt. Reflect on a recent book you found interesting. What did you learn, and what aspects made it engaging or challenging? So don't forget to answer each question. How many questions do we have here? We have first, a recent book that I found interesting. Second, what I learned.
3.
Third, 3, right? The different aspects that made it engaging or challenging. Okay, so I can say we can use these things to start. Okay, so we can say the book I want to talk about is The Midnight Library. Okay, I'm already saying it. Okay, I'm already answering. I found it interesting because the story is about, I'm giving a short plot about the story. I don't have to give details about that story, just a short plot. I learned that life is beautiful and it's worth to risk it and worth to live it. What aspects made it engaging or challenging? For example, I can say the aspects that made it engaging is the fact that the main character was traveling through different dimensions to find her best life. Example. Okay, so for this we have 3 minutes to talk, so we can be also detailed. Yes, Monse.
I have another question.
No, that's fine.
For example, if I have a book, but
Yes.
the book is only in Spanish, for example, Come Tierra, and is a very recently book, doesn't have any
A translation
other,
in
yes,
English
the
yet.
translation in English.
Okay,
Yes.
so if that's the case, you can say a recent book that I read is a Spanish book. The title is Come Tierra. It doesn't have a translation yet.
Okay.
So you explain. Yes, you can say it, no problem. Because here it's not going to be exactly that you read a book in English, but that you read a book. So how you develop that information in your speaking.
Yes, thank
That
you.
is. Okay, so, well, yeah, we're not going to listen to this one, but yeah, you can start already practicing with this. And again, the more you practice, the better you're going to get. Okay. Also, something that it really helps is recording yourself. Try to talk to yourself. You can just record yourself. It could be with a camera or just a recorder, and you start speaking and then you listen to yourself. That is going to help you a lot. You can also find your own mistakes when you're listening to yourself after you record it. And yeah, you can correct yourself as well. And even you can say, I don't like how this sounds, and you can change it. So these are just ways that you can practice. One of the things that I used to do when I was younger, I used to practice. I used to be part of a theater. And one of the things that we were asked to do is have a conversation, well, pretend of having a conversation on street so we can lose being afraid in front of people. So I remember my coach told us, just grab your phone, put it on your ear, walk on the street and start talking. You're not on a real conversation, but just start talking. Lose that fear of speaking around people. So I would suggest the same by recording yourself, or even, I don't know, that would be fun, just to have fun. You are on streets, you have your phone, and you can just start speaking in English. And you practice, okay? So if people around understand, great. If they don't, woohoo, better for you. But just the more you practice, the better you're going to get.
It's not possible for me, Sarah. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That is not possible for you because all around you is in English.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, you can record yourself, Monse.
Yes, yes, yes. And my husband all time saying, no, that's not the correct word, that's not the correct pronunciation.
And it helps a lot. Or have a conversation with Google, it's not Google, it's with ChatGPT. You can have a whole conversation with
Yes, yes, yes.
ChatGPT, just speaking. And ChatGPT also corrects you, but it works. All right, guys. So I hope it was a really helpful class for you. Don't forget to practice. Use different ways to practice, not only the web page, but wherever you are, whatever you're doing, use it as a moment of practicing. So practice makes the master. Don't forget that. And we'll see each other tomorrow. Yes, same time. And we're going to go more into this. And yeah. Have a nice rest and we'll see each other tomorrow.
Thank
Bye,
you, Sarah.
everybody. You're
Bye.
Bye bye,
welcome.
Sarah.
Bye
Bye.
bye.